Hi guys, welcome to class. My name is Vanessa. Today we're going to do a gentle flow. It's going to be slow. We're going to spend some extra time in the postures as I usually do in a gentle or slow class. It should be pretty restorative. I don't think you need any props for it, just yourself is great. Let's get started. So just come all the way down onto your back. Take up the length of your mat. Pull your knees into your chest. Maybe you can hear that cat going crazy in the background. She's running around, she's got the rips. She needs a little yoga. So just massage your low back. Rock right and left. You can make little circles with your knees. Starting to make your breath a little bit deeper. Fill your breastbone. Fill up with air and your rib cage fill. And on your exhale, let your rib cage, let your breastbone drop toward the mat. And from here, send one leg long and one knee into your chest. And just draw these little circles with the knee. You can go both directions. Waking up that hip flexor. Apparently this is a pretty good stretch for digestion too. After you have a big meal, you can always come to this one. It might feel good. Then we're gonna extend the right, or whatever leg you got, extend it, and just come into like a half happy baby. So your knee can come toward your armpit. You can grab the outside of the foot or the inside, whatever feels good. Whatever feels good, man. Everybody's body is different. So just take it where you're curious. Take it where you feel a good stretch, a little bit of pressure. You can let the knee fall open. You can extend your leg. Take 3 breaths here. And then you're going to take your opposite hand onto your knee and just guide it all the way over. So your right hip lifts up. You come into that spinal twist, just letting the knee fall to the side. Arms can go wide, palms up. You can look over your opposite shoulder. And let's just relax in this spinal twist, focusing on our breath. And with your next inhale, just take your hips back to center and switch your legs up. Opposite leg going long. Knee pulls into the chest. Take little circles. Massaging your thigh, your hip flexor. Going both directions. And then bend one knee, come into that half happy baby. So maybe grabbing the inside of your foot or the outside. And play around here, get curious, try and straighten your legs, see how that feels. Definitely feeling that behind the knee, for me, a really tight spot. That feels nice. And then keep the knee bent. Switch your arms and just let your knees start to drop over, lifting that hip off the ground. Hi. Arms can come wide. And you can look over that opposite shoulder. Three deep breaths. Little modification for you. If your knee doesn't hit the ground and you don't like the way it's hanging in space, you can always take a pillow or a block and stack it underneath your knee. That crazy cat running around. I love her though. And then come back to center. Nice gentle way to start class, right? Pull your knees into your chest. Give yourself a couple good rocks. Up and down on the spine. Waking up the vertebrae. And then come all the way up. And just meet me at the top of your mat with your legs crossed. Nice comfortable seated position. We're gonna come into a bit of the upper body. Eagle arms. Take your right arm over your left, or sorry, under your left. Just like so. Palms come together. And right away you might feel that opening in the shoulders. We're just gonna move the elbows a couple inches up, couple inches down, okay? So just a few inches up. The rest of your body staying still. Then a couple inches down. Feel that nice release in the neck and the traps. Oh yeah. Notice where your head is in space. So you got a slight tuck of the chin. You're not totally lifting your neck up. Just enjoy it. And then from here, take your elbows in line with your shoulders, and we're just going to twist toward the direction of the bottom arm. So my right arm is underneath, so I'm going to twist my rib cage, my torso, toward the right side. And then I'm going to take my ear to my shoulder, so just adding a little bit of a stretch to the neck. You should feel that hopefully down the side of your neck, creating some length, creating some space with that twist as well. 3 breaths. Then come back to center and just let your arms go. Take your hands behind you. Push into your hands and lift your chest. Lift your sternum, your chin. Enjoy a gentle back bend. I love a good back bend. It feels so great. Exhale, let it go, and we'll just switch sides. So this time, left arm underneath your right, or whatever side you didn't do on the first time. And just hold here to start. Make sure you're still sitting up nice and tall. And then you're going to move the arms up an inch or a couple inches. back down. Right in the upper back, I'm really feeling that, and I'm really trying to send some breath, send some air, visualizing that space between the shoulder blades. Getting a little broader, opening up. Light, airy. And then next time you drop down, elbows in line with your shoulders, you're just gonna twist your rib cage, your torso, over to the opposite side. If that feels good, add your neck, ear to shoulder. And notice you're not creeping up here, so you're not totally bringing your shoulders up to your ears. You're creating that space, long neck. You're a goddamn giraffe right here. Perfect. Lift your neck up, bring it back to center. Ooh, untangle the arms. The arms! Pretty Canadian. Press your hands behind you, lift your chest. Lift your chin. Let it go. Love that one. Moving into the legs. You're gonna open up your legs into a nice wide straddle stretch. So you got a pretty wide stance here, and you're flexing through both your feet. So try not to let your feet just go loosey-goosey. Really flex, pull back through the toes. Sitting up nice and tall, you're gonna take your hand over to one leg and just reach through your side body, grabbing wherever you can. You can grab onto your foot if that works, or maybe you're on your calf, or I guess this is the time that maybe you would use a band and loop it over your foot for some support. That's perfect. So we're starting with a side stretch here. If it feels good, you lift your top hand and lift your chin, lift your chest up to the sky. So this is doing an excellent job at lengthening your side body, creating space in your low back, in your core. You can gaze at your top hand. Think about the line of energy you're creating through that left side body. And then from here, you're gonna lift up. And then you can shorten your stance a little bit and turn your chest toward that same leg. Give a big inhale, find some length. And then exhale, fold forward, chest over the extended leg. So incorporating the lengthening of the hamstrings, the calves, hinging from the hips. Still flexing both feet, right? Don't let your feet go soft. Keep it active. Keep it active. You get a better stretch, you stay out of your joints, stretch your muscles. On your next inhale, come up. And then again, take your legs wide. And we're just gonna walk our hands in front of us. I need you to keep the legs active. Please remember, flex, engage your quads, get nice and firm in the quads. If it feels good, walk your arms forward. So you're tipping here from your pelvis. I'm gonna turn around and show you what I mean. So tipping from your pelvis, moving from your hips forward. It's not your mid-back, you're not crunching in the back. And if you find you cannot come forward without that crunch in the mid-back, take your hands behind you and just work on sitting up nice and tall. Like there is a string on the crown of your head, lifting your spine up, up, up. Great place to start, right here. And if you feel comfortable straightening your back and folding forward, take it there. And we'll spend 3 breaths here. Great job. Saying that to myself. Come all the way up. And then keeping the legs wide, we're not quite done yet. You're going to have that wide stance and reach over wherever you land on that opposite leg. Your option to add the top arm and to look up at your fingertips. If you can bring your attention back to your breath, that is a super positive thing. Keeps you in the present moment, keeps you connected to your body, your proprioception, your body in space. With an inhale, come all the way up, and then shorten your stance one more time. Take your chest over that extended leg. Big inhale, find some length. And exhale, fold forward. Just enjoy it. Inhale, come all the way up and bring your legs together and give them a little shake off. Side to side, whatever you like. Tap your feet, a little shake off. We're gonna come onto all fours next. I'm just going to adjust my mat slightly so you can see me. Come onto all fours. And we're just gonna take whatever leg. I wanna say your right leg, but it doesn't really matter. Take whatever leg you want, wide on the mat. Notice your toes are facing the long edge of the mat. We're gonna come into a gate pose. So top hand can come overhead, and it's almost like a side plank. I mean, it is basically a side plank. So you're toast in a toaster again. You're not pushing your butt back. You're kind of tucking your rib cage, your hips, your tailbone reaches down. Again, a really nice one for the side body. While we're here, I want to show you something really important, okay? Your shoulder joint, you're not sinking into it like this and leaning down. You're pushing, making your neck nice and long, pushing your hand into the ground. You can gaze again at your palm. And then we're going to pull the knee into the elbow together. So big exhale, pull knee and elbow together. Reach it long. We'll do that 3 times. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. I'm not sure if that was 3. Let's go one more time. Exhale. Inhale, perfect. Hold here. Think again about lifting your chest up to the ceiling. And then exhale, you're gonna walk your hands in front of you and we're just gonna come into a twist. So take your same arm, same leg, same side. Gaze up at your arm. And with an exhale, you're gonna thread that needle, come all the way down, and this is where you can let your hips sink towards your heels. And there's no reason to think about it too much, just enjoy that twist. And it is a really good stretch for your groin, your inner thigh as well. Just a little variation of that gate pose. And we're gonna flow between those a little bit quicker. So come up, this is as quick as we're gonna go, all right? Inhale, and on your exhale, thread that needle. Lengthening out the spine as we do this, getting a nice twist in the vertebrae too. Inhale, exhale, come down. Let's go one more time. I know that's 3 times this time. Inhale, exhale. On your next inhale, come all the way up. Just come back onto your knees, sitting up on your knees. I'll turn to show you, coming into camel. Take a tuck of the hips. So the opposite of a squat. We're not pushing the hips back, you got a nice tuck of the hips, like you're squeezing your butt a little bit, sending your tailbone down. Roll your shoulders back, big roll back. And then to start, you can take your thumbs on your sacrum, right above your butt, right above your sweet little butt cheeks, and push your hips forward, lengthen out your sternum, and you can stay here. Just a couple inches is fine, you don't have to go deeper than this. If this feels good, you can walk your hands down onto your ankles, and maybe you want to drop your head. Just keep the lift, pushing forward through the hips, lifting through your sternum. And hold wherever you're at for 3 breaths. Really great back bend. And then gracefully walk your way back up, and we'll just switch sides in our gate pose. Take your opposite leg out, toes face forward, arm beside you. Come into that gate pose, or if you think of it as side plank, that works too, baby. Look overhead. So instead of being here, you're turning open. Think of opening your rib cage up, opening that top hip. Perfect. Feeling good, doing good stuff for your body, lengthening your spine, taking care of your back, all good stuff, man. And then you're gonna take your elbow to your knee with an exhale. Just a tiny bit of strength building in the core, reach out. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale one more time. Perfect, hold right here. Reach, reach, reach. Push into your hand, don't sink into that shoulder joint like we talked about. Thank you. Protect yourself from injury, get stronger. And then exhale, you're gonna bring the arms in front of you, coming into that gate twist, baby. You're gonna open up toward that extended leg. Inhale, hold here for 1 big breath. And then exhale, thread the needle through. You can drop your hips toward your heels here. Just enjoy the twist. And here's our flow between the two. On your next inhale, lift that up. Exhale, drop it down. Remember, going at the pace that you want to go at with your inhales and exhales being your guide. Mine is just a light suggestion, a light guide. If you breathe slower, that's a good thing. You're better than me. Take it slower. Make your breaths long and deep. That's what it's all about. Let's go one more time. Probably our third time. Perfect. Inhale, come back to all fours. And let's just move through a couple cat-cows. Keeping our vertebrae healthy. Always like to mention that in the cat-cows. Moving our spine in different directions. Keeping it mobile. Go one more cow, which is this one. And then do an angry Halloween cat, where you round and just stay here. In that rounding position, you're going to push your hips back toward your heels. Keep the rounding and go really slow. Go nice and slow. And then with an inhale, bring it back, all fours. And we'll do that again. Exhale, keep the rounding. Press into your hands. I feel this is really great for the shoulders. And then come all the way up. One more time. And then land here. Bring your knees together and just curl up in a little ball. Hands grab your heels. Forehead touches the knees. Crown of the head on the mat. Little restorative ball. Let your torso rest. Let your shoulders round. 5 breaths here. On your inhale, start to uncurl that nice little ball. And you're just going to make your way all the way to the belly. And I'm actually going to angle my mat different so you can see me, but meet me on your stomach. All the way down. And from here, you're going to walk your hands a little bit wide. Think about them being in line with your elbows. We're coming into another nice little gentle back bend. Ground the top of your feet onto the mat. Nice strong legs, right? And with an inhale, you're going to press into your hands and lift your chest off the mat. I want you to think about your crown, the crown of your head being nice and long. So you're not jolting your neck up. The crown of your head and your neck are in line with your spine. Maybe you squeeze your shoulder blades together. And then exhale, let it go. And we'll do that again. Tent your fingertips. Lift your chest. You can be right here. You can lift your chest one inch off the ground. And that is perfect. That's perfect. You don't want to go too far jolting your back if it doesn't feel right. If you feel confident, you want to go a little further, go ahead. Maybe you come up a little higher. And you roll your shoulders back. And from here, we're going to drop one shoulder to the middle of the mat in front of you. So just drop one shoulder at a time. You can do this from much lower. And then exhale, bring it down. You can give a little side-to-side stretch. And we're gonna stay on our back to finish. I want you to roll over onto one side. And again, I'm just gonna move my mat slightly, so hopefully you can see a little better. So come over onto one side and just lay down. Good times. You can lay on your arm, nice and long. You're gonna bend your bottom knee. Then you're gonna take your hand and find that top foot. And pushing your hips forward, you're going to bring your heel to your bum with the help of your hand, and you should feel a really nice quad stretch down your quad, down the front of your thigh. And you can play around with the intensity here. You can bring your heel farther away from your butt if it's too intense, or if you like that, you want it a little more spicy. Push your hips forward, heel to bum. Do 3 breaths. And then let's switch that up. We're just gonna come onto the other side. However you want to get there, move it around. Same thing. I like to bend my bottom knee for a bit more stability. You can grab the top of your foot, just stretch out that quad. I hope you guys are having an awesome day, whether you're doing this in the morning or in the evening. I hope it brings you a little bit of energy or some relaxation, some time spent in your body. You never regret it. It's always a good decision. Just spend a little time stretching or fitting a workout in. Then exhale, let that go. And we are gonna just finish on our back. Again, just like how we started, pull your knees into your chest. Give yourself a rock side to side. Give yourself a hug. Thank your body for being able to do this work, this stuff, for carrying you through every day, being healthy, being mobile. Give a little thanks to it right now. And then we'll finish in a nice hip opener. So bring your feet together on the floor. Let your knees open up. And if you want, you can take your middle fingers to your belly button and really focus in on your breath. And just kind of tuning into those 5 senses. One of the senses being touch. Feel your belly expand in your hands. So we want to get away from that pattern of shallow breathing just in the chest, almost like panting. Make the breaths a little deeper. Calm the nervous system when we do those deep breaths. If you want something a little different, you can open your palms and just be open to receive that gesture of palms lifted. And we'll just spend 5 breaths together. Maybe you fall asleep here. That works too. But if you want, bring some attention back to your fingers, your toes. And then bringing your knees into your chest. Give a couple big rocks, coming up to seated. Perfect. Nice seated position. Roll your shoulders back a couple times. And then we'll all inhale, lift the arms. Maybe pause for a minute at the top, think of something you're grateful for. Then exhale, come down, heart center. Thanks so much for joining me, guys. Hope you have an awesome day. See ya.